There's a particular kind of loneliness that comes with being the most talented and most difficult person in every room you walk into. You burn one bridge and people call it a bad day. You burn two and people call it a pattern. You burn five in the same calendar year and people start quietly removing themselves from the guest list before you even send the invites. Kanye West is currently torching bridges at a rate that is genuinely hard to keep up with, and his latest target is someone nobody saw coming, Tyler, the Creator. You are watching the Hip Hop Watchdog, the channel that tracks the drama so you do not have to scroll through 1,000 posts to find the truth. Subscribe right now and tap that notification bell, because when Ye starts swinging, he does not miss, and we do not either. Now let us talk about why this particular beef is different from the rest. Kanye and Tyler have never been sworn enemies. They've never had a public falling out, never traded diss tracks, never subbed each other in interviews. They existed in the same elite creative space, two artists who built entirely their own lanes, rejected mainstream formulas, and earned the kind of respect that most rappers spend entire careers chasing. They were not best friends, but they were mutual. And in hip-hop, mutual respect is currency. Then Ye opened his mouth and spent it all in one sentence. In the middle of his now legendary social media rampage, the same one that took down Playboy Cardi, took shots at Kendrick Lamar, and left Ty Dolla $ign looking for the nearest exit, Kanye declared to the world that Tyler, the Creator, has never made a single memorable song. Not a lukewarm take, not a nuanced critique, a flat, absolute, zero asterisk dismissal of one of the most critically celebrated discographies in modern hip-hop. Let that marinate for a moment. This is the man responsible for Igor, an album so sonically adventurous that it won a Grammy and changed the entire conversation around what rap artists were allowed to sound like. This is the same Tyler who built Odd Future from a group of chaotic teenagers into a cultural institution, who launched his own festival, his own fashion line, and who has charted a creative evolution so consistent it makes most artists look like they're standing still. And Kanye looked at all of that and said, memorable? Not once. The internet predictably lost its collective mind. Here's the thing about Kanye's critiques, though. They're never entirely random, even when they feel completely unhinged. There's always a logic buried somewhere underneath the chaos, even if you need a shovel and a flashlight to find it. Ye operates in a headspace where his own standard of greatness is the only measuring stick that matters, and by that ruler, almost everyone comes up short. The problem is that announcing it publicly, repeatedly, about multiple people in the same week stops looking like honest artistic criticism and starts looking like something else entirely. It starts looking like isolation. Think about the trajectory here. Ty Dolla $ign, gone. Playboy Cardi, dismissed. Kendrick Lamar, dismissed. Travis Scott, strained. And now Tyler, the Creator, an artist who never once came for Ye, finds himself on the receiving end of a public takedown with no warning and no context. That's not a man curating his circle. That's a man dismantling it. Tyler's response was measured in a way that actually said more than a full diss track would have. He didn't go to war. He didn't subtweet. He acknowledged the situation with the kind of calm confidence that comes from an artist who knows exactly where he stands in the culture and does not need Kanye West's approval to feel secure in it. That restraint was its own kind of power move. And here's the uncomfortable truth that sits underneath all of this. Kanye was once the undisputed center of hip-hop's creative universe. Artists orbited him, learned from him, sampled his DNA in their own work. Tyler, the Creator, is one of the artists who took that influence and built something entirely his own with it. Watching Ye dismiss him now feels less like a critique and more like a man looking at his own reflection and not recognizing it. The friends are disappearing, the alliances are crumbling, the bully era is in full effect, and Kanye appears to be both the aggressor and the most isolated figure in the story at the same time. In hip-hop, That combination rarely ends quietly. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.